the screen first.
Yes, Group 6 members, you're most welcome to this presentation. Mr. Consultant, this is Group 6 members presenting procurement plan for Aleptong district as an organization with water sector as the department. By the name Talia Gerald once again. Mr. Omoro.
I am Jimmy Otim.
Emmanuel Omolo is my name.
Mr. Omoro, continue from the introduction. I mean, Mr. Otim Jimmy, sorry.
Thank you. I want to consultant and the team. We proposed to have a Aleptong district local government, and we were in the water sector. And under the water sector, this is one of the sector that falls under the Works and Technical Services Department, and it works closely with other sectors, especially the health and community education. The water office is charged with the responsibility of prioritizing water and sanitation development in the district. And we know also that the water office is responsible for planning, participating in the procurement processes, implementing, supervising, monitoring, evaluation to ensure the effective and efficiency in the service delivery of water and sanitation services in the community. Thank you.
Mr. Omoro, take us through the objectives.
Thank you very much, my colleagues and our consultant. As a team working in this project, we thought of being able to provide clean, safe, and sanitation services to the people of Aleptong as our core goal. This will be supported by a number of objectives as listed down here. And one of them is that to provide an increase in access to water or safe water from 93% to 95%, but also to increase sanitation and hygiene level in this rural setting from 86% to 95%, and then also increase functionality of water supply systems from 86% to 95%, and then also to ensure that we support all the water infrastructure in the community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Emma. Just like my colleagues have taken us through the introduction, on that note, we have key areas in this procurement. One is water supply, and the main objective is to increase access of safe water to water stress and underserved rural communities. Amongst the activities to be implemented under this objective is one, feasibility study and design of pipe water systems in rural growth centers, whose output shall be measured by the number of schemes studied and designed. Second activity is drilling and installation of deep boreholes. Its output shall be measured by the number of boreholes drilled and installed. Third activity is promotion of rainwater harvesting at institutional level. Basically, it shall be measured by the number of rainwater tanks constructed and installed. Another one is construction of viable, safe, and shallow wells, which shall be measured by the number of shallow wells constructed. Another one is protection of viable and safe springs within the district, and shall be measured by the number of springs protected. Third, last activity is rehabilitation and repair of water systems, which shall be measured by the number of water sources rehabilitated or repaired. Mr. Otim, take us through the next objective.
Thank you. Thank you, our team leader, consultant, and Emma. Another action area in the water sector is sanitation and hygiene. And as mentioned in the objective, is that we need to increase access to improve sanitation in rural areas, and key activities here with key outputs, as you can see. One is conduct sanitation baseline surveys so that we see how many households and villages that we have conducted. implement community-led total sanitation model. We also implement home sanitation campaigns. We conduct sanitation week activities and awareness. We strengthen we should strengthen and capacity build the sanitation structure of the institution, especially schools and the communities, construct drainable latrines at public institutions. And we also do feasibility studies for waste management systems for rural growth centers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tim. Mr. Emma, take us through the next objective.
Thank you, consultant. To ensure proper management of our water resources and to support the objective that is to improve on the district and sub-county capacity to manage water resources in a sustainable manner, we propose the following activities. And one of them was that we need to have monitor the quality of water. This will be measured by the number of water sources that have been measured. We shall also need to have implement the Astra water catchment plan. This shall be measured by the number of meetings and the resolutions made and shared with this team. We shall try to build the capacity and train the community structures on water resource management and resilience to climate change. This we intend to measure it by looking at the number of people trained in water resource management and resilience to climate change. We also looked at strengthening the water, sub-county water supply and sanitation board committees that have been established. And this shall be able to measure the number of functional water source committees that are within the sub-county. But also looked at strengthening and supporting the hand pump mechanic associations that we propose to establish. So if we have established, then we need to strengthen them. And for us to do this, we shall be able to see how functional they are in terms of meetings and so.
Thank you, Mr. Omar. Our last objective is basically to improve on the functionality and utilization of water for production.
That is
main activities.
Thank you, friends and consultant.
Main activities: 1, form and train all management structures for the irrigation facilities constructed, which shall be measured by the number of water management structures formed. Next activities: monitoring all the services of the water committee, irrigation facilities in the district, and shall be measured by the output of the number of functional water committees at the production facilities. Next activity shall be assessing and submitting the potential sources for water production in relation to Ministry of Water and the Water Production Department. Output shall be measured by the number of potential water sources suitable for water production. Next activity shall be improved coordination of all stakeholders in the water production area, which shall be measured by the number of meetings held and site visits the water production facilities. Thank you so much. That has been our objectives and activities as measured by the outputs. Next, we present our procurement plan. But before that, these are key considerations. One is our funding sources. One is the District Water Sanitation Coordination Grant. Then we have the Ghana Infrastructure Financial Support with the Hope of World Bank. Then the United Nations Children's Fund. That shall be our sources of fund. Mr. Otim, introduce us through our procurement plan. Thank you.
Thank you. I know time is not on our side, but first of all is that under the area 1 of water supply, we have highlighted items, activities that can be procured, and one of them is the feasibility study and design water systems, which is costing, 2 of them costing us 72 million under the UGI funding, and we shall do it in the Q2. We shall also be doing drilling of installation of boreholes of 500 million, and UNICEF is able to support us, and they have confirmed that. We shall also be having promotion and construction of rainwater harvesting tank as an option for water supply, and we shall do this 10 in a public institution with the cost of 100 million, and under the conditional grant, the district water conditional grant, and shallow well construction where it's viable. You know the challenges we have with shallow wells and springs, so we plan to have 15, and UNICEF confirms 225 million. Then we shall also have spring protection, 10 of them, within the district of Aliptong, and we plan to be given 75 million by under the water sanitation condition grant and second quarter. We shall also be repairing non-functional at 130 million under UNICEF. So basically that is that. Maybe I would go next, please, Gerard. Let me do the next slide because I see time is up. We shall do sanitation. Sanitation, we only pick 2 items: drainable latrines at 150 million UNICEF, and feasibility study for the slide million under the UBIF funding. We also have office operations that we plan to do GPS machine. We had one, and obviously we should have stationary all over all the quarters of the year, internet and cleaning services. We also have to supply borehole spare parts for that. And this was prepared by Jimmy team, and approved by Emma as the head of the department and Gerard as the team leader. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Tim, for
very
the
much as a procurement team.
It has been a great team. Thank you so much. Consultant, those are our initials as a team.